that we are in orbit, it might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure.
So we are moving. It's just...
You've proven an adequate pilot. Are you familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear.
No, I'm not familiar.
We will need to disable their shields. Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective.
Oh, frick.
If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline.
Press mouse 2 to fire ballistic. Hey, I did it! I did it, guys! Yay! What do I do now? How do I...
Congratulations on surviving your first Starship assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains.
And press O. A little bit faster than that, right? Oh, frick! Frick. Okay. I'm great at flying. I don't think there's literally anything else for me.
More Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
Oh, frick. Da, 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 da. Let's go for this one. Oh, frick. There he is. Oh, yeah? Yeah? This is not looking good. Our shields are at 50%.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
Any second now. Oh, frick. How do I... He's healing. I feel like I'm terrible at this. Probably. Oh, I'm not even aiming at the right section. Heck yeah, we got one of them. Can't wait for someone to mod it in Skyrim Planet. I don't even know what some of this does. Thrusters? Oh. Okay. Cool. No mercy! Oh, is that 0 or O to repair? Zero.
Far more than anticipated. At this rate, the odds of continual assault from their ships are high enough to jeopardize our mission. In short, they are after the frontier and will not stop. We will need to deal with the local Crimson Fleet captain. A recent scan indicates an abandoned facility on the nearby moon of Crete. A perfect staging area for pirates.
Land. Land, please. in, please.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
That was so much easier. Oh. Okay, so we're dealing with the captain, right? Hello, dude.
Captain, Protocol Indigo dictates that I am to return to the Lodge with no deviations. We are here to stop the Crimson Fleet from pursuit. Nothing more. I have often asked Barrett that same question at
He doesn't even
various
know.
times, and about various individuals that wanted to cause us harm. The most likely answer is that Barrett personally insulted him, typically by continuing to live, usually after escaping from certain death, and often with an object multiple people wanted.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that information, Vasco. Alright, see you... The frick am I going? See you later? This way. Oh, snap!
The scanners, the abandoned research facility, is in this direction.
You could have said that sooner. Oh, what is that? What are you? Hello? That's cool. Eee. Man, to be able to do something like that though, huh?
Captain, alien creatures
Oh
are
my.
often unpredictable.
Can I scan you? How do I scan?
Exterior damaged.
I am so sorry. I thought that I could scan you. Oh, oh.
Imminent.
Maybe I shouldn't have attacked it. Take that. Ah! Anyway.
Is a confederation of smaller, independent pirate crews, all flying under the same banner. They are typically unscrupulous and violent.
Typically, huh? Maybe I should put this away for now. Hello? Anybody home? Did I take all your stuff? Hello? Anybody
Curious,
home?
these are United Colonies markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Huh? What's a chicken? Knock knock, who's there? Planet. Planet who? If I throw a party, will you help me plan it? That's pretty good. Septic mercenary says to a woman, I've been hired to kill you and I always get the job done. Says, can we talk about this, son? How do you keep an idiot in suspense? Bad people, bad jokes too. How do you get a Freestar Collective hick out of a tree wave? Follow up to his original work, and just like its predecessor, has become a cult hit. Oh yeah? Cult hit, huh? Reminder, run! Okay. Oh my gosh. The last days of the world in which a comet is set to collide with the Earth in the 25th century, and people must come to terms with the end of the world and what that actually means. The magnificent marble bridge which unites the Rue de Rennes with the Rue de Lavore, and which lined the statues of celebrated scientists and philosophers, emphasizes the monumental avenue leading to the new portico of the Institute, was absolutely black with people. A heaving crowd surged rather than walked along the quays, flowing out from every street and pressing forward towards the portico, long before invaded by a tumultuous throng. Never in that barbarous age preceded the Constitution of the United States of Europe, when might was greater than right, when military despotism ruled the world, and foolish humanity quivered in the relentless grasp of war. Never before in the stormy period of a great revolution, or in those feverish days which accompanied a declaration of war, had the approaches of the House of the People's Representatives, or the Place de la Concorde, presented such a spectacle. It was no longer the case of a band of fanatics rallied about a flag, marching to some conquest of the sword, and followed by a throng of the curious and the idle, eager to see what would happen, but of the entire population, anxious, agitated, terrified, composed of every class of society without distinction, hanging upon the decision of an oracle, waiting feverishly the result of the calculations which the celebrated astronomer was to announce that very Monday, at 3 o'clock in the session of the Academy of Sciences. Amid the flux of politics and society, the Institute survived, maintaining still in Europe its supremacy, science, literature, and art. The center of civilization, however, had moved westward. Focus of progress shown on the shores of Lake Michigan in North America. Notebook, huh? But nothing else? Pasco, can you, like, get out of the way? I'm trying to find stuff here. Safety protocol. Remember to follow all decontamination procedures before exiting this area. Yeah. Sure, Vasco's kind of like in the way there. Anything important here? Red Rover. An alternate history where autonomous robotic rovers gained sentience, replicated and colonized Mars before humans could form colonies. Larissa just smiled. The machine continued to blink its lights and emit faint whines. The servers whirled, unsure of how to proceed, but machine communication was Larissa's specialty. She flicked buttons on her universal comm unit. Its LEDs blinked rapidly in response to her movement. Okay, she signaled through the devices. I won't hurt you, but if we've any hope of getting out of this cave, we'll need to work together. Larissa hadn't expected her day to go like this, trapped in a disused mining tunnel under the surface of Mars with a frightened and potentially hostile maintenance robot. But her espionage training had prepared her for similar situations. What kind of espionage training has she had? Similar situations, huh? Machine clicked and beeped in response. I trust you. It wasn't a direct translation, as precise as machine binary language was. There was still a lot of room for misinterpretation when translated to her native tongue. It was close enough. The robot seemed to relax. Its glowing aperture expanded to let more light in as it gazed at her, taking in any information it could glean from her, and then it extended one of its many clamps in her direction. She took hold and with a firm yet gentle tug pulled the small robot out from under the rubble. There we go, that's better, isn't it? She asked, clicking out her message on her comm unit. Now if you can lead me out of this tunnel and back to my dropship, I can call for backup that can help your fellow machines fight back against your oppressors. The robot seemed to nod in understanding, began to wheel its way down the rocky corridor, stopping every so often to let Larissa catch up. Wow, what a nice robot. This looked important, but I guess it wasn't. Pasco, why do you have to be, like, on my butt? I have to be, like, super duper close. I'm, like, pretty much on top of you. Can. Ooh, what is that? Pill bottle. Yeah, I'll take that. I like that things light up. Like, look at all this stuff that I missed. Kind of. Like, what is that? Can be used in crafting. A vial. I want this pen. I'm a pen collector now, guys. Hello? Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna sell that to somebody. My life chunk by chunk. I was very young, only 7 years old, when I realized humans are animals. Smart animals, sure, but still animals. You give us food, we'll eat it. We want it to taste good. We want it to stop our hunger. Those two things, that's what's most important. After that, sure, some people want their food to be really healthy, as the experts say, and some want it to be pretty. But most people, they just want to cram something into their face, and that's when the concept of chunks was born. Ew, that sounds so gross. So begins the 120-page autobiography of Fred Blombar, founder of the Chunks food franchise. Mmm. Ooh, tasty. Sounds so good. Not really. Oh, what's that say? Better. Anything that's not fleet. We're not fleet. What is this? First 3 health? Water? Sparkling water? Ooh. You guys like water or sparkling water? Water. Probably neither. Hello? Just gonna... Do you think they'll attack right away? Probably.
What?
Yeah. Oh! How do I... Heck you! Vasco, you're literally in the way. How many times do I have to tell you?
Be wise to search the enemy's remains for valuables.
Yeah, you think? Anything in the bathrooms? Why is there milk in the bathroom? Hey, Knight. How's it going? Would you guys trust milk in the bathroom? I wouldn't. I'll probably drink it anyway. Or antibiotics. I wouldn't trust that. Give me that toilet paper though. No, gross. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Oh, frick. Every time. Pressing F.
Oh man, that was the best. Classic United Colonies. Put something in a cage until it kills you. One more time.
That was a recording? Oh, I can use this computer? New beginnings. Hayden Wynn personal journal. January 13th, 2306. I can't believe it. I got the posting. The United Colonies Xeno Warfare Division is now official. I can't even imagine the amount of red tape they had to cut through at mass. But it's long overdue, and I get to be a part of it from the ground up. My official title will be Associate Xenobiology Technician. I ship out in 3 days. Amanda's upset, but I assured her I'll have plenty of leave and will be back in New Atlantis all the time. Still not sure where I'm going. Definitely somewhere in United Colony space. Guess I'll find out when I get there.
Yeah.
February 6, 23. We got our first extraterrestrial candidate today. What appeared to be an alien form of Glucauge venusta, essentially a giant spider. Michelson, of course it's a spider, in full protective gear, attempted to attach the neural control interface. Our security detail is still trying to remove him from the cocoon, and we had no choice but to put down the creature. Minor setback. None of us expected success on the first try. I hear Dr. Paulson tell the others that a detachment of United Colonies Marines is scheduled to deliver another creature next Thursday. May 5th. I'm not sure how they managed it, but the UC Marines actually managed to bring us an Ashta. It's not that the Ashta is a terrifying beast, a natural predator. Those are both exceptional and wonderful qualities and essential to the work we're doing here. It's that the Ashta is native to the planet Aquila in the Cheyenne system. Aquila, home to Aquila City, capital of the Freestar Collective. Leave it to a group of ground pounders to grab a candidate right from the enemy's backyard. Though it does beg the question, have Freestar Collective scientists managed to weaponize their greatest nature predators? If so, our timetable just got accelerated. Right, right. Spider from outer space. And now this one, it doesn't really say, it just says terrifying a natural predator. Any fears, Masons, any fears that our Freestar Collective counterparts have managed to weaponize the Ashta have been completely dispelled. After the Michelson debacle, we determined the NCI should only be attached under full sedation, so that wasn't an issue. The problem started immediately afterward. The Ashta proven incredibly resistant to synchronization. We never achieved control fidelity beyond 47%. Dr. Chen's arm was nearly ripped off 5 minutes into the first trial. How would you like to be a doctor and have your arm rip off? In short, the Ashta simply can't be controlled. If not by us, then certainly not by the Freestar Collective. Dr. Paulson has been in touch with Colonel Kasarov. Looks like the Marines will have another species collected and dropped off by this time next week. May 12th. Another creature, another failure. No fault of the UC ground pounders. We wanted a predator and they delivered. Those things were so alien. Paulson had a difficult time deciding on a designation. Opted for Reptims venenum. Shame we couldn't properly sync the NCI. These things would have been spectacular, especially the poison. Ripdoc arm. No pun intended. July 6th. The Marines dropped another few specimens off this morning. Totally unscheduled. Best way to describe them? They're arthropods, the alien equivalent of Homarus gamaras. Basically giant space lobsters. Very promising giant space lobsters. Not entirely sure where the UC grants found these particular test subjects. Some forsaken backwater rock, I imagine. After the third or fourth unsuccessful trial, I stopped asking. None of those earlier species could be controlled with any reliability. As noted in my earlier logs, their natural aggressiveness made them effective weapons. But a bullet is less than useless if the gun keeps turning itself on the shooter. But these new creatures possess a perfect natural disposition, non-aggressive, even docile, yet capable of defending themselves with deadly efficiency when threatened. And when they do go on the attack, they're terrifying. So we'll see. August 1st, we're moving, packing up shop and transitioning the entire operation. Happened so fast. My head is spinning. Work on the anthropods have been so successful. We're actually relocating to their homeworld. Wow. We'll have an unlimited supply of creatures for the Xeno Warfare Division. I'm a named senior xenobiologist. That means I'll be running the entire facility. My first instinct was to tell Amanda. Still not used to her not being there. I'll give Michelson credit. The guy really went to bat for me. He let the masked brass know that it was my work tuning the neural control interface that was instrumental in controlling the arthropod. I guess Paulson is being forced to retire. Good riddance. So they did have some some success. Gonna seek the next one then? Okay. Stress reduction procedure. What? Banghead here? You can definitely tell somebody's done that before. That looks like fun. Perfect. I don't know why I didn't get it earlier. Vasco, what? Vasco's stuck. Don't worry about Vasco, guys. Oh, there's a pair in there? Nah. I know they're in there. Yeah, it just had me fill up on ammo.
What's inside?
Right in the butt. Oh my gosh, sorry.
I am not picking up the enemy on my scanner.
Oh yeah, that's good, Vasco. I literally just killed them, so I'm glad you didn't pick them up on your scanner.
That's right. You better run.
Huh? Who said that? Who said that? Oh, maybe you're up there. Vasco just said he couldn't see anybody on the screen though. So either Vasco's lying or Vasco's radar is very, very small.
I believe the enemy is nearby.
Oh, you don't say, Vasco. Oh my gosh, you idiot. I'm blind. Oh, frick. Can I not shoot him through the plant?
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Oh!
Has dropped unexpectedly. Begin search protocol.
Computer, I want to use this computer. I mean, just... Is that a broom? Vasco, just don't like kill yourself, okay?
There is no enemy nearby. Resume systematic wandering.
Oh, no enemy nearby, huh? Oh my gosh. I feel like, Vasco, you need your stuff checked out, yeah? Bullets. Stupid. Oh, there they are.
In combat,
I can barely see anything.
a high likelihood of human death. Peace
I
is
suck.
no longer a viable option.
I didn't think it was viable to begin with. Yeah, keep your head down. Oh, frick. Okay. Alright. Hello, computer. Ah, February 11th, 2307. So next year, my staff and I just arrived this morning, and I am not surprised to find the facility completely operational. As usual, United Colonies spared no expense. It's all very exciting. Inspirational, really, knowing you have the full support of the decision makers. I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that the lab is a closely guarded secret, located in Freestar Collective space, no less, but we go where the work takes us. Xeno warfare is the evolution of armed ground conflict. We know it, and the Freestar Collective surely knows it as well. Forget what the calendar says. This is 1942 all over again. It may as well be the Manhattan Project, racing to create the game changer before the other side. So to that effect, I am overjoyed to officially announce Project Pet Shop Phase 1 is a go. Arthropods. March 3rd. The arthropods are, in a word, incredible. Calm, easy to work with, and they even allow themselves to be fitted with NCIs without much trouble. Synchronization has thus far been nearly instantaneous, and their control fidelity has remained in the 95 to 97% range. They passed all environmental survivability tests as well. Hot, cold, low or no oxygen. Pretty sure these things could operate effectively in any environment. Most promising is how well they've already integrated with the Red Devils, who have joined us for a period of extended training. After all, they'll be leading the creatures into combat, so it's critical they establish a war bond. August 7th. After months of testing a variety of extraterrestrial species, I am overjoyed to report that we have finally found a species that will serve as the backbone of the United Colonies Xeno Warfare Division. The arthropods are everything we hoped for and more. Imagine a pack of alien beasts, suited to any terrain, capable of instantly obeying any command. I've designated these beasts obedientis pests, but we just call them stalkers. I think it may finally be time to crack open that bottle of Chateau Avignon 2170. That's a long time. August 12th. The Red Devils' progress with the Stalkers has been nothing less than amazing. Now I see why they're so highly regarded in UC military circles. None of the rah-rah BS you see with the regular grunts. These are focused professionals. After another week of training here in the pet shop, I'm confident they'll be ready for a live test in the field. Michelson suggests I contact Colonel Kasarov and find out where his Marines grabbed that spider from the early trials. He wants his comeuppance, but then it would make for a good trial. Trying to find that freaking spider again, huh? I don't know if that's a good idea. Weapons case. Ooh, a laser rifle.
Capable of carrying additional supplies, if necessary.
You don't need to carry my laser rifle. I want to try it out. Is that a water bottle? Experimental analysis of selected clone cell. Can't even see it. The freaking get it. Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't that thing downstairs? Oh, through here.
We got someone trying to jump our skull. Hold them off here while Brogan sets up on the roof. I'm on it. No one's
On
getting
it.
through.
No one's getting through, huh? Wow, that was like one shot, one kill kind of thing. Heck yeah. Liked it. Better than my pistol. Oh. Missed that. Oh my gosh, Vasco, you're like useless. Probably didn't need to take everything. How do I use grenades? Is it just G? Oh. Can I use G? Yeah. Got him. Alright, let's read this. In January 5th of 2308, So it's been 2 years since he first started his research. We're at war. By establishing the colony of Vesta, the Freestar Collective has forced the UC's hand. The unmitigated gall, thinking they could establish control over a fourth star system, such a flagrant violation of the Treaty of Narian. Our diplomats tried to resolve this peacefully, but the Council of Governors wouldn't listen to reason. Apparently, they claimed that Vesta was not a colony, rather just an insignificant farming outpost. Nice try. By all accounts, the Red Devils and Stalkers worked in perfect unison, and the results were everything we could have hoped for. No Red Devil or Stalker casualties. Vesta's defenders were apparently taken by a complete surprise, which greatly contributed to their fatality rate of 93%. This is a great day for the Red Devils, a great day for the United Colonies, and a great day for Xeno warfare. No, it's not lost on me that this classified facility is actually located within Freestar Collective space. So goes the great game. It's finally time, April 5th. After a number of successful missions with the Red Devils, Stalkers have proven to be exactly the weapons we had hoped for. So it's time to expand our operations. MAST has finally approved the next stage of this facility's operation. Project Pet Shop Phase 2 will now commence. April 18th, we've officially stopped work on the Stalkers. There are enough creatures in the field to serve the Red Devils, who haven't been here to train in over a year. If they need more, we can easily gather some from the planet and fit them with the NCIs. But from this point on, our focus is Phase 2. Throughout the settled systems, from civilized worlds to backwater bush towns, pilots have had to deal with the nuisance known commonly as the heat leech. I had my own unpleasant experience 4 years ago at the New Atlanta spaceport. My transport was delayed while the deck crew was removed a few of these filthy little things from the aft thrusters. They're attracted to heat, feed off it through some endothermic process. The thrusters are the perfect place for them to hide. They can take a full afterburner burst with no ill effects. No ill effects on the heat leeches, that is. A ship with an infestation can generally expect a 3 to 5% drop in thruster efficiency. Working with the heat leeches has been interesting, if not entirely satisfying. We have 11 of them in the lab, and by all accounts, they're completely innocuous, save for their heat siphoning properties. But what if there were a way to weaponize them? Perhaps artificially enhance their heat siphoning completely and instantly disable a ship. Or even better, to somehow reverse the process so that they transfer their own heat into a ship. Someday. Today, I fear we lack the means to do either. Interesting. Vasco? Oh. Vasco. Thank you. It's vacuum tape. You never know when you might need some vacuum tape. Heal up those vacuums. Anyway. Nothing here. Except a pen! That I will take. My pen now. Can't stop me. I'm the pen collector. Did you guys ever like collect things when you were like younger? Like I collected pens and rocks. Yes, 1,000 times, yes. I was a weird child. What's in here? A water cooler? Oh. That was something big. Was that the thing that they were talking about earlier? That it got loose and like some dude died? I sure hope it's not still here. How long have they been dead, do you think? Wait, that's the doctor that we've been reading about. Uh-oh. August 15th, 2310. Oh, so it's been 2 years since the last one even. Thanks to the UC Marines, we now have the second piece of the puzzle, a fully grown alpha predator. According to my research, a group of astrogeologists made first contact nearly 100 years ago on some remote moon. The creature didn't appear to be indigenous and was alone. There's currently no record of how it got there. So it was sheer cosmic chance that the astrogeologists found it, or rather, it found them. Scientists were quick to categorize it a Sissio machina, roughly killing machine. The UC Marines tasked with taking it down chose a simpler name, Terramorph. Oh, that's the one that we heard about. I read the official record once. Of the 8-person squad, only 2 of the grunts survived, and one of those 2 lost a leg. Such an exciting time to be a xenowarfare. Today we fit the Terramorph with the NCI, August 20th. If our experience when the grunts first dropped off the creature is any indication, our sedation window will be around 15 minutes. We better make them count.
It's loose. The Terramorph is loose. We can't stop it. When we tried to sync with the neural control interface, it just completely flipped out. Broke through its containment chamber like it was made out of paper. It killed Michelson, Cobb, and Sumatri in all of 1 minute. I'm not even sure where it is now. It took off deeper into the facility. A security detail went in after it, but good friggin' luck. When I know it's safe, I'm going to make a run for the comm relay. Try to call in the cavalry. This is Hayden Wynn, lead xenobiologist. Wishing he had gone to dentist school like his parents wanted.
He was liking it before. Ah, it sucks to suck. And sometimes you tamper with too much, you know what I'm saying?
I'm detecting a safe nearby. We could make use of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipics and a disregard for personal property rights.
I do have a disregard for personal property rights. I can't. Oh! Frick! Get out of the way, Vasco! Oh, okay. Or kill it for me. Where'd it go? Oh, that thing's fast!
I do not feel pain, but I hear it is terrible.
Oh. There we go. Why did I want to kill it? I don't know.
You're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the Terramorph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming.
Could you imagine? I couldn't. That'd be terrible. Didn't one of the guys say that he was on the roof? I think so. Hey, Vasco. How's it going? Oh, they really get me ready. Rip shank. Ah. I don't know why I like looking at Vasco there.
You gotta be kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands?
That's right. I killed Barrett.
Oh no, you see, we weren't really after Barrett. We're after that ship. Every Crimson Fleet rook hears about the Frontier. That constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays. The loot from 100 planets.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons, but the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship.
And just species of ants.
You're not talking us out of this score.
Oh. Oh, so this is harder. But if we do, then we get a higher... But how do we... Okay.
Don't give me that. I know that ship is stocked with loot.
Oh, I see.
So you got past a few rooks. Who cares?
I see. I have one turn left. I don't think this one's gonna like...
Bullshit. I've heard enough out of you.
I was just trying to kill him. Oh, frick. I almost didn't see them. Oh, is there more people? Frick you. Eh. There's another guy over there. Vasco. Go, Vasco, go! Ooh. Ooh. Let me go down there. Got you in the ankles. Oh, frick, I'm out of... Oh, not that! Oh, frick, what am I doing? Ooh-wee. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna change weapons real quick, okay? Playing futuristic Skyrim, you see? Hey, Gleb, how's it going? Yeah, I am. Ooh, I'm almost dead. Let me... Perfect. Enemies just standing there watching you pull out a bag of weapons? Yes. In the middle of everything.
You are trying to kill me, but I am not technically alive.
Way to go, Vasco. Hey, was that him? Yeah, it was. Stupid. You thought that, yes, on fast travel. I don't know why you should be able to fast travel in the middle of combat, but regardless.
We should now be free to travel to Constellation's headquarters without the Crimson Fleet interference. Of New Atlantis. Do not worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
Thank you, Vasco. Thank you for talking over yourself. That's what's happening so far.